All right, welcome back. Or if this is your first time, just welcome. It's another VRJuice video today, and I think I wanted to spice up my intro video, and I just felt like what was there just wasn't cutting the mustard. Cutting the mustard. So I thought I would make a new VRJuice intro in VR, and I went with Tilt Brush because it's a great program. I haven't really shown too much that I've done with it. The last video was just some of my old projects, and I want to get back into it. It's calling me back. So here I am. I brought in my logo into Tilt Brush. You can bring in any images. It's great. And then right now I'm color selecting, trying to get the right shade of green. And I think I'm trying to decide what type of brush I want to use, because I hadn't really thought ahead to exactly how I wanted to execute this. And if I recall, this took me a little while to pick out what I wanted. But I brought in the image, and you can lock it, snap it so it's perfectly vertical, perfectly upright. And then later on I use a guide, and so this is all 2D drawing in Tilt Brush. And really what I was wanting to do with Tilt Brush was, I'm a big fan of when it redraws your artwork. You see each brush you see each brush stroke in the order that it's done, and it's a cool kind of animated looking effect, and I just wanted to harness that and show the VRJuice logo being drawn really quickly into existence, do a couple camera angles, and well, you saw this video started with the intro, so you saw what the end product is. And I'll show it again just to let you know. So yeah, looking for brushes. Some brushes were not quite cutting it, changing up the shade of green. Here's me putting the guide in. You can use multiple shapes, a cube, a sphere, and Tilt Brush will snap the stroke right onto it, so you can draw with the curve of a sphere, or keep your drawing flat like I'm aiming to do. Here I'm testing out some of the brush strokes to see how it would look overlaid, and the changing of the green was a concern. But right when I found this one, the Tune brush, which is a 3D brush, I like the black outline of it, which my original logo does not have black outline on the green, but I liked how it was looking, and I thought it would kind of bring some texture to the end result of this. So I think right now I'm just giving it a test just to see what it would look like. Well, I think I'm realizing the guide was a little, it wasn't close enough to the image. It was a little further away, which was messing up my ability to trace it accurately. So here I'm moving the guide, just getting it really close. And I think I reduced down the brush size a little bit. And I begin. Now, I told myself I was just going to keep it kind of sloppy. Didn't want to be too caught up on details because this would be a lot to do if I was concerned about every little tiny thing. So you'll probably see little imperfections here and there, but I just kind of went with it. I think for me it was important that from farther away you couldn't see the details. It would look basically like the logo with a little bit of roughness around the edge, which I thought might give it a nice kind of sketchy, more organic feel than the vector artwork I originally made in Illustrator. So that's the grapevine. Those are grapes back there. I know it's not as recognizable as it could be. The grapes themselves are hexagons, and yeah, I've been thinking of actually redoing the logo, but I've kind of drafted up some ideas, but I was figuring I could do that maybe in a few months. For now, I just thought this would make an interesting video to give me an excuse to play around with Tilt Brush and create a little video for anyone who wants to see. So yeah, I just go to each green section and roughly trace it and then kind of fill in the hole. Try to make it semi-accurate. Oh, there's this tiny little green area here. Yeah. So I could speed up because there's a lot of these green areas. Now this might be a little jarring for some people. So just look away for a while if you don't want to see this, or skip ahead. I'll stop it when the green area is done before I start the black part of the logo. My arm got kind of sore doing this. If I were to do it differently, maybe I'd do it instead of upright, like on a wall, maybe kind of like a ground plane where I can kind of move myself up and down on it, and that might be a little less straining. The speed is sped up times 10. All right, and that's the last section of green. So I got the grapes done. And then I think like last time, I wasn't sure what black I was going to use. But I think since I'd picked the 3D tune brush, I figured I'd just pick another 3D. And I ended up using the icing brush, which has a nice texture to it. With the black, it kind of makes it look like charcoal, I guess. Oh, that one looked cool, but I decided against the waving, moving one. And then I encountered this issue where I was like, I need it to be black, but if I'm drawing black on black, maybe I won't be able to see what I've drawn and what I haven't. And so just the simple workaround was I made the shade of black a little, I don't know what I was doing there. I made it just a lighter shade of black, a gray. And with the lighting in Tilt Brush, it gave me a pretty clear view. And this one I was trying to make the strokes go in, you know, the order that they're going to be drawn in for the intro. So trying to write the V like I would write a V, even though it's multiple strokes. Now I think, again, like the green, I might speed this up just because this took a while. I was in Tilt Brush for a total of 45 minutes doing this. All right, we'll speed through this. Okay, and that completes the black lettering. Final strokes here. And so at this point, I was excited. My arm was sore. I'm just double checking to see if there's any spots I missed. And saving it. I probably should have saved it earlier, but finally saved it. All right, I discard the guide and the image, and it is revealed. So I am working on the next chapter of Interference, chapter 5, and I don't have a release date or anything like that. It's I haven't really gone into Tvori yet to do the work on it, but I have the storyboard, most of the dialogue, so it's coming. Also, if you guys want to check out, I have a Sketchfab account. Sketchfab's a really cool site. They have models that you can actually preview and explore and rotate, zoom in. Really great way to look at 3D art and 3D models. It also supports animation of models too, so it's cool to see people posted walk cycles and you know, whatever you can imagine. I haven't posted too much yet, but I do want to add more things. All of the things that were in the last video for tilt brush creations, those are all up on my Sketchfab site. As you could probably tell, I ended up speeding up the footage I got a lot, probably also about times 10 or around that for the finished intro. I think it drew a little slower than I was thinking it was going to do, but I knew that wasn't going to be too much of an issue because I can always speed up in post-processing. So then I take some pictures, I take some video. I can show you here in a little bit some of the, I'll show you the videos that ended up being used in the final intro. But I think I took around, I don't know, around 20 different shots and, you know, just picked out the ones I thought would work. It's a really short intro, so I didn't really need all 20, but I wanted options when I put it together. I was exploring some of the different environments. I was pretty sure white, basic white background was going to do the job, but Just wanted to see if it looked better in another environment. And none of them quite worked. It was cool to see, it's in Tilt Brush. It's kind of nice to see there's different lighting, different kind of effect. You feel like you're in a different environment when you change up the background. So I was just curious, but I ultimately went back to the white background. I did want to share, here are some of the audio that I recorded for the beatbox intro. This is just the complete session I recorded, and then I picked out the one I thought would work best, and I can show you the kind of filters I applied to it. It was just through Adobe Premiere. I think I added 3, I kind of duplicated the audio layer 3 times, and each one had its own flanger filter on it. And I can't remember what the 3 were. It was robot voice, I think was one of them. But it kind of made a nice, interesting, warbly sort of sound that I thought would work. So anyway, here's the beatbox session. It's the VRJuice. 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 Oh, VRJuice. 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 I think this technique I made it fairly quickly. Didn't take too much time to make this. And the end product seemed pretty nice. I could see, other people using this technique to make intros of their own, or, title sequences or text animation, I bet, doing cursive writing would look pretty cool. So I do think this is a cool kind of technique people could learn. It would be nice if Tilt Brush kind of added some more options with the self drawing, or being able to speed up or slow it down, or be able to start and stop it, whenever you wanted. I think that'd be kind of cool to see. I was thinking of using Anim VR to do a intro sequence, but I don't have a lot of experience in it yet. I've only made a couple basic animations. and I felt more comfortable in Tilt Brush. Plus, I knew Tilt Brush could already do this effect, and I thought I'd capitalize on it. And plus, I hadn't been in Tilt Brush in a while, and it's a great program, so it was an easy decision to make. All right, and yeah, I'll post the intro one more time at the end, and hope you enjoyed the video.
VRJuice.